I haven't done one of these lives for a while. This is Kenny from Empire Airsoft. Tell people about what Empire is, the retail side of it, and then what prompted you to do the events.
So Empire Airsoft started just gone 2 years now on May the 4th. Mainly we sell upgrade parts. We obviously sell SniperMechanics products and globally distribute those, along with Hadron and Kicking Mustang, Silly Gilly. We're just trying to do good things, you know. I just wanted to give events a go. I thought that I've been to lots of events. I've been to some really bad ones. I've been to some really good ones. And I thought it looked fun. And I wanted to start with a sniper event because that's kind of what I am a sniper myself, as you know, obviously sniper mechanic. Most of the crew are snipers. So I thought it would be fun just to do a cool sniper event. We don't really know where we're going to go with the events. We're going to just try and do some cool stuff. We probably won't be doing like really generic events. Yeah, we're trying to have a bit of fun, really. But I want to kind of transfer, like, you know, I feel like we have good customer service on the retail side, and I kind of want to get that into the events, you know, make everyone happy, everyone has a good time. Want to build quite a lot of community in it. So like the first event, we're going to have barbecue and beers afterwards, and not just like, right, well done guys, great game, everyone go home, you know. I want it to be a bit of a debrief.
There will be physical contact, guys. I can warn you now. Yeah, Kenny is a toucher. We have a rule though, don't we, Kenny?
Very creepy.
What happens when you try and touch me?
You threaten to punch me in the face.
What happens when you do touch me?
It freaks both of us out.
It does. And I do punch you.
Yeah, but it freaks us both out. If I accidentally brush skin with you, I'm like, oh my God.
I reassured Kenny once, and I can't remember what it was, but it was so disgusting. Kenny will remember this. Something had happened, and we were both really stressed, and I touched Kenny on the shoulder. Like, it was, right. It was disgusting. It was true. We were both uncomfortable. Because
I'm pretty sure that I've already said that I'm pretty sure you're a vampire or an alien of some description. So you don't feel like a human being.
Poking me like, it's not, it's lifelike, but...
So no, let's go back to the first event. So it's about 90 acres. It's completely untouched. It's not an airsoft site. It is just a really cool woodland. The ground's good. It's all over the place, but there's some long sniping shots, which pretty much everywhere. It's getting pretty green now. I'm intrigued to see how green it will become as summer progresses, because I intend to run more of this same event there. But if it becomes too dense and green, obviously we'll kibosh that idea. But at the moment, it's pretty good.
Having been there with you the other day, there's definitely going to be areas of where there's like natural paths and things, obviously, because you obviously get a lot of deer there and things. So there's obviously these natural carved out sort of paths. And I think that even if it does pack out a bit, you've still got these long, good straights for getting those shots. And obviously it's not all about long shots. Like 90% of your shots as an airsoft sniper are generally, if you're good, within 20 meters, because you let people creep up on you. So I think even in summer it would be good. As it is now, people are definitely going to need to get some green on their suits, because it goes from dark woodland to vibrant green pretty quick.
Yeah. It's a cool site, you know. It's not many players, so the game's going to be based on 20 players, 10 teams of 2. It's going to be a points-based game. You know, there's going to be a winner, and that was quite important for me, because I felt like every Milsim I've gone to, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who's won or whatever happened, you know. I wanted it to have something for people to play for. I was slightly concerned about then, will people cheat? But I think that the type of people coming to this event are not going to do that. You know, they're going to have a bit of respect for the other players and take the hits. But because I know that is the risk when there's something to play for, people will probably, you know, there's more chance of them pushing the boundary a bit on the hit taking. But I'm also hoping that a lot of people will record, you know. So
you're doing a dog tag idea, right? Where you get a kill and you can go and collect a dog tag.
Yeah, that's how we're going to do. Yeah, that's how we're going to do points for kills. So every player will get dog tags. And if you get shot out, you have to go and hang your dog tag up where you are. There's not going to be any medicing, but you probably will be in your pairs. You can't recollect your tag, but anyone can pick it up. It's just basically kill confirmed. What I want is people to come back with a big hefty wad of tags and see who they've taken out, because everything will be labelled, you know, to their team. And then the other thing, we're going to plant out objectives around the map. So there is a bit of a scenario. It was quite hard to kind of come up with one, having 20 random snipers out there. There is a bit of a scenario. We've got some objectives out there which are also going to be points. So it's going to be a game of strategy, you know. There'll be some players that will probably, you know, might not try and even get kills. They'll try and sneak around, get all the objectives, and they could win, you know, without killing anyone. It's definitely going to be a good strategy game. There'll be other players who just want to go and full on kill, but there is also going to be a level of ammunition tightening, because I don't want anyone going out with like 15,000 BBs.
Nah, a couple megs for your primary, couple for your pistols, more than enough. But obviously, I don't know what the final event is yet, and I think it's good to keep it like that, because it's good to have like an idea of what people are going to be getting into, but then the specifics should be sent like a day before or like a few days before to each of the pairs, because it'd be interesting to know how else you can score points. Is there going to be like quirky bonus ways that you could potentially get your pair up on the leaderboard by doing something that isn't necessarily part of the game, but something that you've added in on the fly sort of thing?
There'll be a couple of bits. The idea would be we'd run 5 of these games, and the winners from each heat would then battle in the final game. Then it would be 10 players, 5 teams of 2, and then they're like the ultimate winners. I mean, I have bigger dreams, but I just don't know how achievable it would be. But I would love to then do this in other countries. So I work with other people I know in other countries, replicate what we're doing here, do it in, say, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, and then the winners of every country then battle it out and have one final. I mean, that would be amazing. Like a sniper one.
Imagine Bear's Head, although you...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Bear's Head with just 5 pairs would be ridiculous, because Bear's Head's obviously massive. You'd almost want to have like a yearly one at one big location. So you do your English ones, you do your French or Italian, blah, blah, blah. And then you get the winner from each country. Maybe like the top performers from each country, like the first and the second teams, all going through like a...
Yeah.
Because France is obviously an amazing site. Like for sniping, like obviously you and me have both been there a couple of times, and it is an incredible site.
Yeah, same, yeah. So it's got... That would almost be like a Eurovision for sniping, you know? And hopefully the English will actually do well and not... As far as Empire events, I just want to work with people who want to do cool stuff, you know. Like Lance has been helping me out on this one from the he's from like the Nofo crew, which is also, he's got like a milsim team, the Punishers. He's been on a lot of milsims. He's not a sniper guy, but he knows the site well. He pretty much lives in this piece of woodland, you know. So I wanted to work with him on it because he's come up with some good ideas, and he knows all of the nooks and crannies of it, and he knows how we can make the whole day run, you know, the infrastructure wise. So we're going to have like a little it's going to be a big camp out there. We've got quite a lot of like NPC players, but they're friends. So they're going to have a role, but then they're not going to be a problem. You know, I don't want them getting too involved into the game. I really want this to be sniper on sniper, but I want them just to be a bit annoying.
They're almost there as a bit of a hurdle, just something you have to consider, right? Just
exactly, yeah.
Something a bit different.
And also, they're going to help me out, help us out on the day, you know. So they're going to be around to help guys out because they also know these boys also know the place. They've been here quite a lot. So yeah, and I think more. It's almost like more the merrier, you know. Like it'd be nice just to have a lot of people around so we can talk airsoft, talk shit, drink some beers, have a campfire, have something on the barbecue. Do you know what I mean?
I think I know. I've spoken to a few people, and some of the people, some people that I know that I consider either customers of myself, of you, or just people that we know through Airsoft. I think it's going to be its own little community. Like I think that because there are people that are going to want to go and compete, because the average person is probably not going to want to do this, but people that thoroughly enjoy sniping or that have done other sniping events, like whenever I go, I'd go with either you or Ryan, like as a 2-man team. So this is, and a lot of people do, like they've got their mate, right? They go out as a pair, they rock up at sites, they'll get to do skirmishes, film sims, mil sims, etc. And obviously at a skirmish, it's all, I mean, you can only do so much organising with airsofters, right? They're always there trying to break the game. I think low number stuff like this is good, and I think you'll build a community, because obviously the winners they're going to want to come to that 5th event, right? They're going to win their heat, and they're absolutely going to want to come back, and they're going to have banter, and everyone's going to chat, and you know there'll be rematches, and it gives you an opportunity to grow. Like you could do the events, and then you could do competitions like a sniping day where people can come and do long range shooting. Like I've seen the land, you've got stuff you can do, literally an airsoft hide and seek, like 12 milsim guys literally going out there looking for 20 players, last player to get found wins. Like there's so much you could do there.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to keep doing loads of stuff, but when you go back to like the low player numbers, I really wanted to keep it low. You know, I'm very honest in what we're doing here. I haven't run these events before. I want to build the experience. I know a lot of the guys coming on this first one, I know they're going to have a good day regardless because of the structure of the game. We're going to make mistakes doing the event, and I want to make them with lower numbers and build it up. You know, I don't want to bang in and go, right, guys, we've got 500 v 500, let's go. You're all going to have a terrible day, but do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be a shit show. I want it to be fairly structured, work out pretty well, and you know, we can keep building on this. I know what's going to happen. People will gravitate towards this, and we'll start building a bit of a team who will build these events together. And I think it'd be good. And hopefully one day, you know, we might be a bit of a force to reckon with in the event side of Airsoft. But yeah, we just want to do it the right way. And
that's the thing. You're doing it right, starting small. Like, it's better to, because then you can, like, obviously the first group of people that are coming, again, they're people you're comfortable around, right? If you're making a mistake, they're not going to be dickheads about it. They're going to pull you to the side and be like, oh, Kenny, like in the afternoon we tried this, and you know it wasn't really flowing, and you can be like, oh, thanks, and you're going to get that feedback in a positive and low pressure way. So the next game you can go, right, actually it slowed down in the afternoon, so we need to make sure, you know, we're doing this to prompt people, or we're going to give out a hint so that the game flow doesn't stop. Like, I think it's the right way of doing it. And then obviously your land can, I've been there, you can absolutely cater for more than 20 people, definitely, but start small.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously over time I'd like to go to other places as well, you know, because there's some great sites out there which I've played milsims on as well. Everyone always loves the military sites, but there are hurdles with those, which I've spoken to a lot of guys who run events, and they're like, military sites, there's a lot of hurdles. You can book everything in, take everyone's deposits, and then the day gets moved back, cancelled, or because they need to use it, you know. So, but I've played some amazing sites. Like, I had a really good milsim at Dog Tag in Horsham, and it was run by Terry Little, and I will never forget that event. It was the whole site was in play. You know, I'd love to do something there. I think it's a wicked site. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. I do really want to do some real different stuff. Like, there are plans to do something overseas, maybe in France or Belgium, and it'd be 70v70. I briefly spoke about it in the stream we did the other day. Nothing's set. We're gonna have to fly out there and try and take a look at these sites. But these are huge sites. But I'm looking to do something very like England v Germany.
Oh, I know he's involved in that conversation then.
And that's Sasha from Mantis, and he used to run the, you know, as you know, run the events at
is it Crimea events? Was it Crimea events or something?
Yeah. And Bear's Head, and he knows what he's doing, you know. And I just said to him, this would be awesome. I mean, if I could get 70 guys or ladies from the UK, and we have a massive road trip over to Belgium or France or wherever we end up putting this on. I mean, what an awesome thing to do, what an experience. I've done it myself. I don't think it's that costly. It's not cheap, but it's a wicked break, you know.
France, we worked it out, didn't we? What did we have? We had 11 of us. We divvied it up, and I think because we stayed at Bear's Head, didn't we? So it was just driving there, and then on the way back we stayed at a B&B. I think it cost us what, 230 quid each, and that is with the tickets at 75 quid, petrol, the Eurostar or whatever it was. It wasn't for the experience. Like, you'll spend 100 quid on a milsim in England. So to be able to go to a site in France like Bear's Head, again as an example, is not a bad price at all. And customs wasn't the issue, because that was the thing that always worried me. Although I did learn a lesson with that, which is don't go with Phil Osborne.
Just give me plenty of notice and I'll be there. Okay, Hutchie, it's on the 10th of June. You better be there.
I mean, we're 20 minutes in, Kenny. We should probably tell people roughly where it is and when it is.
So, 10th of June. It's not far away. And it is, I can't give the exact location because I don't want it spread everywhere because it's not a site. But if you book a ticket, you get the location. But it's in the RH7 postcode. So it's on the Surrey, Sussex, Kent border.
It's not just the back of a white transit van, no?
No. Hutchie can't make this next one. Oh, cry face. Hutchie, just pull a sickie. You always do that.
So obviously you said about getting the points was with the sort of the kill confirmed. Are there any objectives that people are planning for? Like, how do you, if all went well and everything went perfect and everything was set up, how's that game going to play out for the average person? If you could sort of summarize it, if someone just said to you now, oh, I'm on your website, I want to buy your ticket, can I talk to you? Can you give me a little one-to-one about what this event's going to be?
It's going to be shit. No, it's going to be
wrong number, mate.
Yeah. I think it's going to be tense. I've played in Sniper v Sniper games before, and I don't think a lot of people have. There's a handful of people I know who have played solely Sniper v Sniper. It is tense as hell because you can't see your enemy. You know, you can't hear your enemy, and it is very different. You get scared to move. You end up sitting places too long because you're scared to move, and then you go, God, I got to move, and it's tough, and it is really, really tiring because you are on it the whole day. But I think everyone will have a good, they'll have a good fun. I reckon the numbers for the site size is good. There's going to be some good contacts, but it's big enough that you're going to be able to slip around if you wanted to. Because I think some people will be smart and maybe that's, I don't know if that's the right tactic, but they'll to go and complete the objectives. But I think doing the objectives will be quite fun. Killing people obviously is also fun, but there's a million ways you can play this game. You can go and get an objective, and then you can camp the objective, waiting for someone else to come and get the objective. To then score points from kills. One thing I will say is it's going to be tough to get points from kills because you're going to be in pairs. So if someone was to shoot one player out, it's always going to be in the back of their mind, where's their partner? Because if you went to go and collect that tag, you could be getting tagged yourself. I think it's going to be tough, and I hope the weather's going to be good, because that is my only thing with any event, is if it rains, it's like...
See, I would argue, having played some sniper events, obviously we've played against each other at events, I don't think the rain is that bad, because it softens up leaves, because dry, rusty leaves, as we were walking around the other day, are a nightmare. You hear them from miles away. And getting hot. Because you're not walking up straight when you're skirmishing and there's the occasional sniper on the other team, your concentration's enough. But when your sole enemy is as skilled and will be playing how you play with the same range advantage as you, your adrenaline's going, you're always hunched over, creeping around, and it's just hard work. So I think even if it rains, I like playing in the rain. And I think if people are coming to this event, they're the kind of people that are interested in something that's a little bit more serious than a skirmish where you can go, oh no, it's drizzle, I want to go stand under the tents until lunchtime when the sun comes out. Yeah.
I think everyone will crack on if it does rain. I'm really hoping that everyone takes it seriously, because obviously it is essentially a competition, but also not too seriously that anyone's a dickhead, because you do get it and gets a bit aggy if things don't go their way. I want it to just be a nice, decent event where everyone gets on. There's going to be a winner. It's inevitable. There might be a draw, and if there is, I need to come up with a solution, because I didn't think of what would happen if there was a draw. So
pistols at dawn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Pistols at dawn. Yeah. Silly gilly, Edward.
Discuss the rules and ammo limits.
Yes.
So we are not set on ammo yet. We've got a range that we're working on. What I don't want to do is make it too little, and also I don't want to make it too much that it's pointless having a limit. The rules are going to be pretty basic. There's no medic rule. You get shot out, you get shot out. There will be points that you have to then go to, and then you will have to meet up with your partner or not. It's entirely up to you. And to confirm and to get a kill, you need to collect that person's dog tag. You can, if you stumbled across a dog tag, pick it up. You've collected someone else's kill. It is literally like kill confirmed on
See,
COD.
Kenny, I already know what I'm doing if I'm playing. I'm going to hang my dog tag somewhere on purpose.
And
use it as a little honey trap. I even put a little SniperMechanics patch next to it, really entice them in. And I'll just be hiding there like, go on, you know you want it.
Yeah, go and get it.
Oh, I can't believe SniperMechanics got shot out right at the beginning. Yeah, terrible.
But there's not a huge amount of rules. It's going to be pretty basic, Don't be a dickhead. Don't shoot wildlife. They're two things that will piss me off. Don't do that. Take your hits. Power limits. I saw someone write about power limits. Yeah, we're actually pushing the limit. We're going to put it. It's 4 joules. No, it's not. We're beautiful if it was, but no. Limits are just going to be normal. We're going to keep everything standard, and everyone's guns should be set up. Most of the guys that are coming play week in, week out. They're not going to be sitting there like pissing around with springs and stuff and trying to max out powers. That would be just ridiculous if they did.
So what you're saying is I can't come with my snacker at 500 FPS on a 2, no? That's a no. Oh, okay.
Playing in the rain is great. Adds so much intensity and atmosphere. Yeah, maybe I'm just a fair weather airsofter. No, to be fair, actually, you're correct.
When we were in France, we got absolutely soaked.
It was pissing it down. That was probably the best airsoft ever, It was a dream. So no, maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm excited for this. If you want, there are literally a couple of tickets left. If you want them, go on Empire Airsoft and grab them. It's 120 for your pair, £60 each. I'm going to be supplying beers and food at the end on Saturday.
And cuddles.
There'll be lots of cuddles. Loads. Not for Ed, though. Ed doesn't get cuddled.
Well, what time are people supposed to get there? And how long is it running?
Well, I have to be a bit careful with time getting there because I have guys coming from up north. So I need to talk to them. So this is the thing. It's quite easy to deal with because we've only got, 20 players. So I can actually deal with people individually, We've got the guys who are helping out and playing the British Forces team, they'll be there from Friday night. You know, people are more than welcome to camp Friday night as well and Saturday night. But yeah, we'll be getting there for like 8, 9 o'clock and then cracking on. There's not going to be, everything will be set the Friday night, you know, so there's not going to be a huge amount. There's 20 people. If we can't control 20 people, we've got problems, you know. So then a guy from one guy will take out each pair, set them out into the wood. I've already got all of the places set out, so obviously we're going to try and space them out as much as possible. No one will have an advantage at all because all of the objectives are dotted out as well. Everyone's going to get sent a brief along with some areas of interest. At least they can study it. There's not going to be much to them, but then if they do come across it, they can then go, wow, I noticed that. That could be an objective. Are we allowed to talk to Kenny during the socialising, or will he be too busy? I think Ed's trying to be funny. I'm really not sure because I don't know. Is he trying to be funny?
I don't know if he's trying to make out that you're going to be a busybody or whether is he making a dig about how we dig about Airsoft to celebrities that are too big to talk to their fans? I don't know.
Not sure.
You never know with Ed. You don't know, do you? Is he being funny or is he being a dick?
I don't know. Ed, are you being funny or are you being a dick?
Yeah, we need a confirmation on this quick. People are waiting.
Oh, and Ed, you're not allowed to. What gun are you going to use? Because you can't use your new one because it's not a bolt action. I'm not trying to be funny. Kenny is always busy. Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably in the evening I won't be busy. It'll be over, you know. We're going to game out till about 5 or 6. There's a little. There'll be some time stuff just before the end, but I don't want to go into too much until the brief comes out. But we'll be finishing, between 5 and 6.
So there'll be a good opportunity in the evening then for people to sort of debrief amongst themselves about how it went, give you some feedback on the event, probably give each other some banter, hopefully not punch someone in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Because it will still be light, you know. The camp will already be set up. People then can whack tents up if they're staying the Saturday night. I really want people to stay, you know, so we can have some beers, eat some food, and have listen to some tunes, and obviously we'll be having a fire and stuff, and I love that side of Airsoft. So when I go to Milsip's, I don't really play, but I don't go for the game. I go for the social, you know. I love just talking shit to people and around the fire and stuff.
Yeah, well, half the time with Airsoft, half the fun of it is the talking shit, right? You finish at lunch, you talk shit about how the morning was. You finish at the end of the day about how the afternoon was. Everyone shows off their gear, and obviously with snipers, everyone will be saying about how amazing their rifle is on the day. Like that's almost guaranteed, and then there'll be some measuring going on.
It's exactly happens every time, isn't it?
I expect you to be there with a ruler and be like, I will do this.
I do that myself. I tell everyone that I have the best sniper in the world, and no one can beat it. But I genuinely also believe that. So I'm actually lending my gun to a guy who's playing. So that'd be interesting.
What, the Wolverine?
Yeah, the bolt. Yeah, the Wolverine bolt. So the only real it has to be a bolt action. I don't care how it's powered. Have it steam powered for all I care. But it's got to be a bolt action and
one sidearm.
Yeah, one sidearm. We're not running around with freaking AAPs strapped to your left bollock and all that. No.
To be fair, most people want to run an MK, aren't they?
Almost definitely. It's quiet. Yeah, and you've got the range as well. Because if you're running, I would personally, if I run out of sniper ammo, at least I've got something that's going to be effective in more range, you know. So I would definitely be running my MK as well.
Are people going to be able to pick up ammo? Like if someone rocks up and they've forgotten some ammo or something, are you going to have a couple of bags of 4.8s on hand?
Yeah. Well, I've been struggling to get ammo into the store, but I should have some 4.8s. Yes, but you can get anything, you know. This store is not a million miles from where we're playing, so I can I've got a quad, I can go drive around if anyone's forgotten anything. Obviously, if their gun shits itself, we can deal with it, you know. Yeah, if you need ammo, you need gas, if you're playing, drop me a message, you can pick it up in the morning. I should have it all here. So yeah, hold on. Kenny plays Airsoft and doesn't live in a hole, always sending out packages. George, I don't really play that often because I'm always in this hole sending out packages. Yeah, I do work quite a lot, but I love it. Can we please do a which sniper is best, please, with a range test and accuracy test? Not because I want to see if I can win. I just want to copy their build. Yeah, we'll set up a target. I'll bring my range finding binos, and we can. We'll see who's is best.
You know what we can do? Do you remember the event we went to where there were some targets set up, and everyone with their upgraded guns were going, "You see that? Yeah, guess it. Oh, that's about 90 meters, isn't it?" Yeah. The amount of people that could not judge and/or hit 30 meters was insane, and people that thought 60 meters or 80, and we're there with MKs like, ba-dink, ba-dink. And they were the 800 pounds upgraded this, upgraded that. So it'll be funny to see what people do bring. And it's be interesting what people are using. Because obviously when you and me, well, certainly when I started sniping, you had 2 guns, a VSR or a Type 96. That was it.
Yeah.
Literally nothing else. Whereas now,
when I got in, I remember seeing the first started playing. I remember seeing, well, I'd been playing a little while actually, but maybe a year. I started seeing the SRS, but I saw one and I hated it, and I was like, "What is this thing?" And I still don't like it, but yeah, and I saw that, and no one knew about it. It was still like the
it was the push bolt, wasn't it? Yeah,
and yeah, it was the push bolt, and then obviously Mustang got hold of one, and then it started blowing up. And I think you'll see, you know, I mean, there's definitely going to be an SRS on the field. Obviously, there's going to be a VSR. I know you run one.
I run many.
Yeah. What else do you reckon you'll see out there?
I'm trying to think whose names I've spoken to that said they're coming. There's definitely TAC 41. There's absolutely going to be a TAC 41 there.
Exactly, yeah. There'll be a TAC.
Ed will be running his VSR. If I come, I'll be running a VSR. If Bearded comes, he'll be running...
T10 or an SRS?
I think he's got that T10 you built for him. VSR is still, for me, the tried and tested, just workhorse. Like, and obviously you've seen what you've seen, and you've shot many of my rifles. Obviously, I've come to Empire and done tech work there, and I still haven't made anything that consistently wants me to pick it up more than my VSR.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
But the same with you with your bolt. You've had loads of different guns, but you still go back to the bolt.
I've had the bolt from day one. I've had that bolt, and it just I fucked around with the CO2, the Wraith adapter. I should never have touched that.
The Wraith just aren't good.
I gave it a leak, you know. But then now I've had to put it to HPA, which I don't really like the line, but at least now it works, you know. I'm hoping Wolverine are going to come out with something new, because I did a Wolverine order, and I was on the wholesale website, and I could not buy any Wraith CO2 adapters. So, because obviously they've worked on that Wraith X, don't know whether they're going to hopefully bring something out in the future for the Wolverine bolt CO2 wise, which is maybe a bit better. That would be awesome.
Because I had a bolt as well. Before you got your one, I had one. I got sent a review one, and the bolt itself is phenomenally good. Like, it's very pricey, but it's very, very good. But same as you, I had the Wraith with the CO2, and it just, bulbs were noising. I just had loads of problems with it. And I'll tell you what I ended up doing, is I ran the bolt, but I used a Mancraft CO2 kit, like the really basic, just where you have to screw it. That worked well. I just don't like the batteries. Like, as you always forget your batteries, or leave it in and then it goes dead every time.
I forgot the last milsim. I forgot my battery again. And luckily now MTWs are so popular. I ran around the field just asking everyone in the safe zone, like, who's got an MTW? Who's got an MTW? And then everyone's like, obviously everyone went, me. And then I said, who's got a spare battery? And then I borrowed one. But yeah, I always forget the batteries. It's really annoying. And they're actually really hard to get hold of. I don't even sell them because I can't. No, I struggle to get them. And you go to any shop and they don't have them either.
Or you get them, but they come with a normal, like, small Tamiya, not the little JST connection that the Wolverine uses. Yeah, the Wolverine bolt's the one for me. So, I mean, yeah, I'm intrigued to see who brings what, and I'm intrigued to see who wins, because I really want to see if people will go for some different tactics in this, because I'm chucking in the objectives, not just kill. Could you win by not killing anyone? Like, is there enough points available that if you just played the objectives cleverly, that you could win?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you can, because I think it's going to be hard to score points from solely killing people. Because
it always is, because if you shoot someone, you don't know if their partner's in the next bush over.
That's the problem here.
That's always the risk.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be tough to do. I think you'd be mad to not do any objectives, and also I think it'd be boring to not do any objectives. I'm trying to make the objectives like it's a little bit not role play, but it's there's a bit of a scenario, you know. So yeah, I really don't do the objectives. If you're watching this, try and do some objectives.
I don't know how, I haven't seen the map yet, how you're doing the objectives, because obviously if you did have a map that you could split into directions and some grids at like a really basic level, you'll be amazed, myself included originally, how many people don't know how to use a compass. Because just wandering around aimlessly is difficult on like a site you're familiar with, let alone obviously no one's going to know what this site is. You and the British Forces guys, like their team is going to know, but for everyone else it is trial and error. they're going to have to study that map and try and think of memorable landmarks.
I think people will end up using Google Maps.
Yeah.
And you can't stop anyone doing that because people are going to have their phones on them. And also, yeah, I don't know if that would be an issue. I've used them before, and sometimes that's confused me just as much. The navigating obviously is part of it. I want that to be part of it. Yeah, I think the objectives themselves are what I want people to get to. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. And if it's not, we'll never do it again. And
we'll delete the stream and we'll pretend it never happened.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just pretend it never happened.
And there'll only be 20 people you'll have to silence.
Exactly. Empire events will no longer exist on anything. I mean, George McCartney, you just reminded me to take out my MTW battery from today. I'm not even joking.
There almost needs to be something like you know the bottom of the pistol grip on an MTW, right? You almost want something that if you have a battery in it and you put a cap on, there's like a little window that shows red, so that you can always see that there's a battery in it, and then when you take the cap out, the battery out, there'll be nothing there. Just because everyone leaves the batteries in, and it is the most inconvenient thing.
I've got a better idea. Everyone at the end of an airsoft day empties their magazine, don't they? I reckon when you empty the magazine and then at the end the magazine shouts, "Take out your battery, you twats!" That's what would be better.
It does need to be something, because it is such a stupid thing. And as you said, getting the batteries is a nightmare. So most people will probably only have like one or two. Do you need to be a sniper god?
No. There's a few guys going there. I'm not. There's a couple of guys. They're not. I don't know. I've never seen them snipe. But one of them I know is like he loves Speedsoft, you know. But he does snipe as well.
Paul Taplin.
And he could be a phenomenal sniper. I don't know. I'm played against him. He's not like your YouTube like god of sniping, you know. But he's coming because he'll have a good time. And do you know what? I reckon he's got a good chance of winning it. Anyone can win this. This isn't about being the best sniper. And there's so many aspects of sniping, isn't there?
Yeah, and as I said, with those objectives, it's more about: are you patient? Are you sneaky? Have you got a good instinct? Are you pretty good at navigating? Like, because you could, as you said, you could probably win it with just an MK and just plan the objectives. Like, I don't think you'd need to be seriously into sniping, as in the shooting side of it.
No, I agree.
Camouflage would be an interesting one.
There are a bit of brambles on the top section of the site, and I was like, I mean, I never wear like ghillie trousers anyway, you know. I just wear normal trousers. Don't know if that'd be snaggy in places, but
no worse than anywhere else. Like, there's quite you think it's like not Apocalypse that covered in brambles, or it was when we last went there.
Yeah, I mean, and the main bulk of the fight, there aren't many brambles. You know, it's getting quite ferny. There's quite a lot of rhododendrons coming now. The canopy is quite high. All the tree growth's quite high, which is nice. So yeah, I think that'd be good. That'd be fine. Dan Jonathan May writes, "What's Dan's opinion on the Maple Leaf MLC LTR rifle?"
So yeah, you've got one there, which is in the A3 stock, and I've got one in the workshop. It's everything about it, other than the piston spring guide setup, is pretty good. So I've got one, and I think I left the barrel in there because it comes with their 602 electroplated barrel. I think I just put a flamingo in it. The hop unit is absolutely fine. I use their cylinder, and I think I just put a wasp and my cylinder head in it. But what I like about it, and my wasp works with this feature, is on the right hand side. I don't know which my camera's going to be, but basically left hand side of the bolt, there's a little thumb button, and when you cock the gun, it pops out, it shows you it's cocked. But what you can do is you help push it in, and it pushes the spring guide forward, and the spring guide stopper will drop down, and then you basically push a little lever by the trigger, hold it, and you can take your entire cylinder assembly out without taking the rifle apart. And the Wasp spring guide is specifically designed to work with that feature. So you can literally press a button, hold the trigger, slide your cylinder out, and then you can change your weight, brake, spring, whatever you need to, clean it, and then just hold the trigger, slide it back in, flip it upside down.
It's a game changer, isn't it?
It's brilliant. Like, I will probably make all of my guts from my VSR rifle use that receiver for now, just because that QD thing is so convenient. Good performing rifle. It's fine. The hop and the barrel are fine. That shoots well. It's very, very loud because they're using their really basic one-piece aluminium piston, and it's just loud. It's expensive for what you get, but it isn't bad. And if you've already got a piston to chuck in it, it is nice, and the quality's brilliant. I think they come in the skeleton stock MLC2, which is what I think you've got at Empire. I think I saw one the other day. and you can get the normal MLC1 stock, which is like the big Macmillan-y looking stock.
Which is probably. And what's he got here? What's everyone's opinion on the SB MDRX? Has it got a battery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love yours is like, don't know what it is, but if it's got a battery.
Yeah, no. I'm joking. I do know what it is, but everyone keeps talking to me about guns with batteries, and I'm like, if it's got a battery, I just don't really like it. So, except for the Wolverine Bolt. Any AEG is just like not really on my radar, but
they're okay. They've certainly got some QC issues, and that's not like a personal opinion thing. If you look online, it's their first attempt at making this rifle. So like the original SRSs, there's bound to be problems. But I would check out some of the videos from Jaeger Precision. He's done a lot of work on the MDRXs. I think they've got phenomenal potential, and with a few little tweaks, they are very, very good for what I've seen. For an AEG, they perform very well when they've had the little issues sorted out.
When are you guys hitting Battle Lakes next? No idea. I'm having a baby, which is, that's really causing some grief with me having any other sort of life. So I'm unsure when I'm going to be able to game again, especially because I'm doing these events as well. You know, I really want to get into running the events and not playing at them. My first baby already got a child here. My girlfriend's got a daughter. So,
but Kenny is naming this one Danielle after his love for me.
I am, yeah, Danielle Jones.
Yeah, Danielle Allison, Danielle Edward. Edward Mustang Allison. You get all the names in there.
So yeah, if anyone wants any more information, drop me a message. I'm always on my phone, as my girlfriend says. So Facebook, Instagram, send us an email. Tinder, definitely not.
Grinder.
Grinder. I'm on there.
Empire Anus.
Yeah, hit me up, Empire Anus. Any idea on the KMCS 4.0 coming in stock? No idea.
I know they're coming because I'm being sent one, but I don't know when.
But yeah, guys, hit us up. If you've got any questions or you want to book on, drop us a message. I can assure you it'll be a good day.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get there as well. It should be a good one. As always, thank you everyone who joined for watching and commenting and getting involved. And Kenny, thanks for hopping on, talking about the event. And
hey, thanks for having me on.
Keep us all updated. And for everyone else, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.